in the requirement. The fact that the wellness industry today, to touch upon a slightly different subject, the fact that the wellness industry today has gained the kind of consciousness that it has, to my mind, is more on account of the fact that the curative side of the healthcare segment is becoming more and more expensive and prohibitively so at some levels, to my mind. And the consumer is realizing over time that it's better to invest in preventive healthcare to be able to ensure that the economic impact of curative healthcare choice being exercised is minimized or is delayed to as much late in life as possible. And that for the wellness industry augurs extremely well. And the reason that I bring that up is to be able to encourage all you young professionals or all who want to be young professionals to look at wellness as an option for a career choice, because things are only going to get better from now onwards. I thank you for your time, and I hope I've made some sense today. Thank you.
The session is now open for questions.
I'm a dentist. I wanted to ask you, ma'am, whether have you started any place for the dental assistants?
For dental assistants, the National Occupational Standard is on the website. This has been prepared with the Scottish Government, Coatbridge College, and the person who is leading this process is a Dr. Sanju Abraham. His contacts, and if you'd like to be you'd like that to be part of it, and you'd like to use the curriculum, just send a mail to Sanju through the website, and we'll get back to you. And there's a huge demand for dental assistants worldwide, especially the Middle East. So while we are in the process of completing the courses, we've already started getting inquiries for people certified by HSSC for that piece. So it's a very interesting move.
So we need to get registered and then get our dental assistants?
Yes, if you go onto the website, what you need to do is the step one is to get your institute affiliated with HSSC, and it's a minimal amount for various levels. It's nothing highfalutin. For each of the certificates that you would get from the HSSC, there is the certification in accreditation cost. Just like everything else, they have to come and see your training institute, affiliate that, and then at the time of assessment, come across and do that. You might like to consider other courses which are being done under what is called, there are 3 schemes. I didn't dwell on them. There are 3 schemes currently offered by Government of India. One is called the Ajivika scheme. The second one is called the STAR scheme. The STAR scheme is very interesting in the sense that Government of India gives every student up to 10,000 rupees to get trained under the STAR scheme, under the Sector Skills Councils. So, for instance, if your training program costs X amount, you know for certain 10,000 the student can avail of as a grant from the government. But the key here is the student only gets that money after he finishes the course, not before that, right? So, and thereby the training institute, if it's taking that money and offering the course perhaps for free, you will get it after the student has successfully qualified.
You mean to say that you need an institute over there? A dental training wouldn't be a
Dental clinic can. You just have to get your place registered. Exactly for this reason, we've kept so many different types of levels of association, because the idea is to be as inclusive as possible, number one. Number two, as I said earlier, the majority of people who are already there working as assistants, they have no certification. So we intend to give credits for what we call pre-learning, prior learning or prior knowledge. We will have exam systems built along with stakeholders such as yourself. So if there's somebody who's been working with you for 15 years, there's absolutely no need, why he shouldn't get a certificate. But there will be an exam for which that individual will have to sit. He will be assessed and said, okay, your competency based on the NSQF, that is the National Skills Qualification Framework, sits at level 3. So at least there's some recognition of what that individual has done, irrespective of whether he went to formal college or did not, or school.
To find something like that. I was looking in for 15 years.
Yeah, it's all for all of us at the end of the day.
Thank you so much. I'll definitely contact.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Extension to her question. I have done my dental hygienist from Canada, and from that side, dental hygienist concept is very big, and it's a mandatory to have a dental hygienist in the dental clinic. But after coming to India, I have find that there are no dental hygienists in India, and I've been looking forward to grow in that field, because nowadays, like in India, people don't have a dental knowledge that there is a preventive measures taken by dental hygienists, and that is very mandatory. People come to the dental clinic when they are in pain, which is not right. Like, it's a third stage of cancer. You will have to either extract the teeth or you have to go for the root canal, or nowadays the implants are the options. So those are really cost effective treatment. Not everybody can afford that. So I want to suggest that we should go for the dental hygienist program, and I have come up with ideas. I have a lot of ideas that we can go on for the dental hygienist program, and we can, even myself, I am in Ahmedabad and I am doing myself dental camps, so free of cost, that I am doing like a dental education, and we do the dental checkups and all that. But I think we should have something like a dental hygienist, which is mandatory for all the dental clinics, because not every dentist has a time to sit with the patient and educate them for the dental treatments and all that.
Thank you so much. What was your name?
Riddhi.
Riddhi. Okay, so here, Riddhi, here's a job for you. Dental hygienist sits right where the dental assistant is. We are in the process. No, when I'm saying where it sits is, it sits within the Healthcare Sector Skills Council as a job role. We are in the process of developing the National Occupational Standard for a dental hygienist. We believe there's an immediate need for people like this, and we have to make it work. So here's what you will do. The CEO of the Healthcare Sector Skills Council is a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ashish Jain. Please do send him an email right away. Get on to the committee to make the occupational standards and start doing it in Ahmedabad right now.
Okay, ma'am. And I have seen that in your slides, the dental hygienist was there. So, like, the course exists, or it will exist in the...
As we started this movement in 2012, every day we are moving gradually towards it. As you would understand, making standards is not an easy thing. So it takes time. We use the 80-20 principle, and we work that we would need first general duty assistants, because what is happening across the country, that general duty assistants are being used as nurses, which is so incorrect. So the general duty assistant has a level, but they should be used in that piece and then go up the value chain. So general duty assistants, emergency medical technicians, radiographers, dental assistants, vision technicians, these are the kind of things on the 80-20 we decided to do in the first phase. And And we need help. We need people like yourselves to come on board and say, okay, I will take over the dental hygiene thing and I'll run it as pilot from Ahmedabad. Then seeing you,
I would be surely
Please.
interested with how to proceed with that.
I gave you the answer just now. Just either you can send me an email, I'll put you in touch with the required people, form your committees and move. It's yours at the end of the day.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Can I ask a question?
Do we have time? Yeah,
Can I ask a question?
please.
Are these services available in Andhra Pradesh?
Actually, in Andhra Pradesh, we had exceedingly high hopes in Andhra Pradesh, and unfortunately, the movement hasn't kind of picked up there. So, in June of 13 last year, we had we had one of the regional committees there, and our method is always to involve the local people, and then they have to reach out to other people to come on. So people did come, and Apollo Hospital said that they would put up the simulation lab, and it would be the HSSC simulation lab. But that hasn't moved, because in healthcare, the most important thing is that the person who is trained in healthcare must have the touch feel. They say you must press flesh. So unless you really touched a patient, how good are you? So as a halfway measure for all the technicians, not halfway, but what is practiced all over the world is to have very well-defined simulation centers. So yes and no, we are there, but we would like to definitely have some more cheerleaders come on board for Andhra Pradesh and move forward. And the need from the government is also for the RSBY. One of the challenges in RSBY, for instance, is data entry operators to be able to make this program work as well as to screen the cases. So if you'll see in the list of courses, the kind of people that we've put as data entry operators, medical information people, to keep this movement going. So if you'd like to volunteer your service for Andhra Pradesh, as I said earlier, drop us a line. Love to have you all on board.
So it's again to the website.
To the website, or you can send an email to me or to Ashish. His email address is very simple, ashish.jain@hssc. It's here. We'll send it across to you.
One more thing, madam. Can we adopt a college or school or something and start this program?
Please do. That is what I was talking to the Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean here, that if we can do it in remote schools in Haryana and Himachal, you for certain can do it here. Start them off on the GDA course. We'll give you all the material as far as government is concerned, so that there should be no problem that you're doing this. It requires 600 contact hours over a period of 4 years. And as I said, for each one child that you train in healthcare, you're giving healthy habits to a whole family. He takes it home, he takes it to the community. It has a fantastic ripple effect. Please do.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure both our dignitaries have given us a great insight about healthcare industry. I would now request Dr. Alka Chandak, Director, Symbiosis Center of Healthcare, to felicitate Dr. Shabnam Singh.